Right, so get this. China's making a really big move
Mm-hmm.
in the electric vehicle world, and
Yeah.
it's all about solid-state batteries.
Yeah.
And their plans seem to be way ahead of everybody else's.
Uh-huh.
We've got some really interesting reports here from News by Calpurnia,
Mm.
News by Denis Bobilev, and Leadership Chinese.
Okay.
And they're all saying that this could totally change the EV game.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, as we know it.
It's not just talk either.
Right.
What's really captivating is that they're already setting like hard deadlines for mass production. We're seeing timelines that are years ahead
Oh, wow.
of companies like Toyota and Nissan,
Right.
which are considered the giants in this field.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
So let's
Yeah.
focus on like one big player,
Okay.
SAIC.
Yeah.
They're a leading Chinese automaker,
Uh-huh.
and they're aiming to have these second-generation solid-state batteries like rolling off the production lines
Mm-hmm.
by 2026.
Wow.
That's incredibly ambitious, isn't it?
It is. And that aggressive timeline
Yeah.
really speaks volumes about China's ambition in the electric vehicle sector.
Uh-huh.
They're not just aiming to participate.
Right.
They see the lead.
They want to be at the forefront.
Yeah.
So why is SAI in such a hurry?
Right.
What is so special about these solid-state batteries
Well,
that's got everyone so riled up? I mean, we already have lithium-ion batteries in our EVs, don't we?
we do, but solid-state batteries offer some pretty significant advantages over the lithium-ion batteries we're used to.
Like what?
One of the biggest is energy density.
Energy density.
Yeah, think of it like this.
Okay.
Energy density refers to how much energy you can pack into a given space.
Okay.
And SAIC is claiming their second-gen solid-state batteries will have an energy density of 400 Wave-G.
Okay, but what does that actually mean for, like, you know, someone who just wants to drive their car?
It means a longer range.
Okay.
Potentially a lot longer.
Wow.
With that kind of energy density. We could be looking at electric vehicles that can travel 2 or even 3 times farther on a single charge.
Wow.
Compared to what's currently available.
That's a game changer.
Imagine road trips without having to constantly worry about finding a charging station.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that would definitely change things.
Yeah.
No more range anxiety, but it's not just about the distance, is it?
You're right. Safety is another major advantage of solid-state batteries. They use solid electrolytes, which are much less volatile than the liquid electrolytes found in lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah.
This drastically reduces the risk of fires, which is a concern that a lot of people have with current EV batteries.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I've also read that solid-state batteries are supposed to last longer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, that's another key benefit.
Okay.
Solid-state batteries are expected to have a much longer lifespan, meaning they can handle more charge-discharge cycles before their performance starts to degrade. This translates to fewer battery replacements over the lifetime of your car.
Okay.
Which is good for your wallet and the environment.
Yeah, that makes sense. So longer range, safer, and longer lifespan. It sounds like solid-state batteries really could be a game changer for the EV market. But from what I'm seeing here, SAIC isn't the only one in China making moves.
Oh, absolutely not.
In this space.
It's a crowded field.
Right.
In fact, it's almost like a race within a race.
Wow.
We've got other Chinese companies like Chery, GAC Group, CATL, BYD, GWM, Sunwoda.
Wow.
They're all investing heavily.
That's a lot of companies.
In solid-state battery technology.
So it's not just China versus the rest of the world.
Right.
It's also Chinese companies battling it out amongst themselves.
Exactly.
What makes them different?
Well, for example, Chery's aiming for an even higher energy density than SAIC.
Right.
They're targeting a whopping 600 Wh/kICI by 2026. And JS Group is focusing on integrating solid-state batteries into their high-performance, hyper-brand vehicles.
Okay.
It's fascinating to see how each company is approaching this technology.
So everyone's going all in on solid-state, but there's one thing that surprised me about SAIC's strategy. They're not completely ditching the current technology just yet.
Right.
They're also investing in semi-solid-state batteries.
Interesting.
Why would they do that?
That's a great observation. It seems like SAIC is hedging their bets, which is a pretty smart move.
Okay.
Semi-solid state batteries offer some of the benefits of solid state, like improved safety and potentially faster charging.
Right.
But they're easier to manufacture with current technology.
So are these semi-solid state batteries like a stepping stone? A way to bring some of those advancements to market sooner?
Yeah.
While they're still perfecting the true solid state technology.
Exactly. Because SAIC already put a 900V high-voltage semi-solid state battery system in their IML6 model.
900V. What's so special about that?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not just about the voltage being higher, right?
You're right. Higher voltage systems, like this 900V system, are becoming increasingly important for EVs, especially as we move towards faster charging technologies.
So it's all connected.
Yeah.
Faster charging is definitely something I'd be interested in.
For sure.
So this two-pronged approach gives SAIC a lot of flexibility.
Right.
But this rapid progress in China raises an interesting question.
Okay.
What does it mean for the rest of the world?
Well, if China succeeds in becoming the dominant force in solid-state batteries, it could have a ripple effect throughout the entire global EV market.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, if they can actually deliver on all these promises, longer range, better safety, faster charging, wouldn't that make electric vehicles like a much more appealing option for people everywhere?
And not just more appealing, but potentially more affordable, too. If Chinese companies can mass produce these batteries at scale and bring the cost down, it could accelerate the transition to electric vehicles globally.
I'm starting to see why this is such a big story.
Yeah.
It's not just about cars anymore.
Right.
It's about like a potential shift in the entire automotive landscape.
Precisely. And let's not forget the geopolitical implications.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, the global battery supply chain is concentrated in a few key countries.
Okay.
But if China establishes dominance in solid-state batteries, it could reshape the balance of power in a significant way.
Okay. I'm officially intrigued.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the tech for a sec.
Okay.
You mentioned that Chery's aiming for an energy density of 600 West Kyodri.
Yeah.
What would that kind of leap mean?
That's a great question to put it in perspective. That's almost double the energy density of the best lithium-ion batteries we have today.
It's almost like science fiction.
It really is.
Yeah, what kind of impact would that have on like the design of electric vehicles?
For one thing, it could mean smaller, lighter battery packs. Currently, batteries are one of the heaviest and bulkiest components of an electric vehicle. With higher energy density, you could achieve the same range with a fraction of the size and weight.
So we could see electric cars that are lighter, more efficient, and potentially even cheaper to manufacture.
It opens up a whole new world of possibilities for EV design and performance.
And that's just one aspect.
Yeah.
With 600 km, we could be talking about electric vehicles with ranges of 600 miles.
Potentially.
Or more on a single charge.
Yeah.
Wow, 600 miles. That's like driving from New York to Chicago without stopping.
Right.
That would definitely put an end to range anxiety for good.
And think about the impact on charging times. With that much energy capacity, even a short charging session could give you hundreds of miles of range.
Wow.
It could fundamentally change the way we think about recharging our vehicles.
It's all starting to sound pretty futuristic.
Yeah.
But I also want to talk about something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Safety. A lot of people are still hesitant about electric vehicles.
Right.
Because they've heard stories about battery fires. Are solid-state batteries really that much safer?
From what we're seeing in the research and development, yes.
Okay.
They have the potential to be significantly safer.
Okay.
The solid electrolytes used in these batteries are not flammable, so the risk of fire is greatly reduced.
That's reassuring. But are there any potential downsides to this technology that we should be aware of?
Well, one challenge is the manufacturing process.
Okay.
Solid-state batteries are more complex to manufacture than lithium-ion batteries, which could make them more expensive in the short term.
So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Potentially safer and more efficient.
Right.
But potentially more expensive to produce.
Exactly. And there's also the question of durability.
Okay.
Solid-state batteries are still a relatively new technology, so we don't have a lot of long-term data on their lifespan and how they perform under real-world conditions.
That makes sense. But it sounds like the potential benefits are so significant that it's worth overcoming those challenges.
I agree. And it's important to remember that we're still in the early stages of this technology. Okay. As research and development continue, we can expect to see even more advancements in the years to come.
I'm starting to get a sense of just how big of a deal this could be.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious about how this is all playing out on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like for these Chinese companies competing?
Well, it's incredibly competitive.
Yeah.
And the pace of innovation is relentless.
Wow.
They're all pushing each other to come up with the next breakthrough.
It almost sounds like an arms race. A battery arms race.
You could say that, and it's not just about being the first to market.
Right.
It's also about securing patents, building partnerships, and attracting top talent.
Speaking of partnerships, I was reading about SAIC's collaboration with a company called Qingtao Energy Development.
Yeah.
They're a Chinese startup specializing in solid-state batteries, right?
That's right, and it's a pretty interesting partnership. Yep. Qingtao initially announced that their first-generation solid-state battery would have an energy density of 368 Westkilo.
Oh, okay.
But now, with SAIC's involvement, they've managed to bump that up to 400 Westkilo.
Wow.
For the second-generation battery.
So SAIC is not just developing their own technology in-house.
Right.
They're also partnering with startups to accelerate the process.
Exactly.
It seems like they're really pulling out all the stops.
They are, and it's not just about the energy density. They're also making advancements in other areas like safety and durability. For example, they've incorporated enhanced runaway protection.
Runaway protection. What exactly does that mean?
It's a safety feature designed to prevent the battery from overheating and potentially catching fire.
Okay.
Basically, it acts like a fail-safe mechanism.
Right.
If something goes wrong and the battery starts to get too hot, the runaway protection system kicks in and prevents a catastrophic failure.
That sounds like a crucial safety feature, especially given the concerns about battery fires.
Right.
Have they done any testing?
They have. They've conducted some pretty rigorous tests.
Okay.
Including puncturing the battery.
Oh, wow.
And exposing it to temperatures as high as 200 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
And they've reported that the battery did not ignite.
That's pretty impressive. It sounds like they're really taking safety seriously.
They are.
But what about performance in cold weather? That's always been a concern with electric vehicles.
You're right. Cold temperatures can affect battery performance.
Yeah.
But SAIC claims that these new batteries can retain 90% of their capacity.
Wow.
Even in extremely cold conditions.
That's a big deal for people who live in colder climates.
Yeah, absolutely.
It means they wouldn't have to worry about their range being significantly reduced during the winter months.
Exactly. So it seems like they're really trying to address all of the major concerns that people have about electric vehicles. Range safety, cold weather performance.
Or trying to create a battery that's truly superior in every way.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though, with so much competition in China, how does SAIC technology compare to what other companies are doing?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Chery is aiming for an even higher energy density. 600 Westkg by 2026.
Yeah.
That's a very ambitious goal.
It's a good reminder that this is a very dynamic field.
It is.
The technology is evolving rapidly and the competition is fierce.
It is, and it's not just about energy density.
Okay.
Each company is likely to have its own strengths and weaknesses, its own unique approach to solving the challenges of solid-state battery technology.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Right.
There are going to be different types of solid-state batteries, each with its own set of advantages and disadvantages.
Precisely, and that brings up another important point.
Okay.
The potential for fragmentation in the market.
Fragmentation. What do you mean by that?
Well, as we've seen, there are already several different companies developing different types of solid-state batteries.
Okay.
And as the technology matures, we could end up with a multitude of competing standards and designs.
So it's possible that we won't have one dominant type of solid-state battery.
Yeah.
We could end up with a variety of different options, each with its own pros and cons.
Exactly, and that could create some challenges.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, it could make it more difficult for consumers to compare different battery technologies. It could also create challenges for establishing industry standards and ensuring compatibility between different battery systems and charging infrastructure.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
It would definitely complicate things.
It would. And there's another potential risk that we should consider.
Oh, well, I'm all ears.
With all this pressure
yeah.
to innovate and get ahead.
Right.
There's a chance some companies might cut corners or rush their products to market before they're fully ready.
Right. That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
We can't forget that safety should always be a top priority.
Absolutely.
Especially with something as powerful as a battery.
Thorough testing and strict quality control are essential to ensure that these batteries are safe and reliable for widespread use.
It sounds like there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah.
But also a lot to be cautious about.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We need to approach this new technology with a healthy dose of both enthusiasm and skepticism.
Right.
It's important to stay informed, do your research, and understand both the potential benefits and the potential risks.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into China's solid-state battery push, what's the one key takeaway?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we're witnessing a potential paradigm shift.
Yeah.
In the automotive industry, solid-state batteries have the potential to revolutionize electric vehicles, making them more practical, more appealing, and potentially even more affordable. And China is determined to be at the forefront of this revolution.
Yeah, it's a bold move, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
For sure.
Will their gamble on solid-state batteries pay off?
Right.
And how will this impact the choices IE make as consumers in the coming years?
Those are the million-dollar questions, and I encourage our listeners to continue exploring this topic because the future of electric vehicles is being written right now.
Right.
And it's a story that's far from over.
Well, thanks for joining us on this electrifying journey into the world of solid-state batteries.
Oh, my pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and, who knows, maybe even a little bit inspiring. We'll keep our eyes on this developing story and bring you more updates as they emerge.